Hello everyone. In this video, as I said in my previous video, that I'm going to teach how to do mixed fractions. So we're going to do the same operations, adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing, but this time on mixed fractions. So what are mixed fractions? So you have a whole number and then a fraction next to it. Now before you do any operations, it's easier if you can convert them into improper fractions. So how do you do that? So what you're going to do is you're going to do 6 times 7. Okay, so those are the numbers you're going to do 6 times 7. And then you're going to add your 5 and then leave the denominator 6 as is. So 6 times 7 is 42. 42 plus 5. And then divide that with 6. So let me remove my decimal here. So this is going to be 42 plus 5, which is 47 divided by 6. Similarly, your other mixed fraction is also going to be 4 times 2 plus 1 divided by 4. That's how we do it. So you're going to multiply 2 and 4, then add 1, and then again divide by 4. That's converting from mixed to improper. So 4 times 2 is 8, 8 plus 1 is 9, 9 divided by 4. Now these two fractions look similar, so I just want to change the color now. So what I taught earlier is butterfly smiley technique. So you're going to draw your butterfly wings and then draw the smiley right there. Now 47 times 4. So if you do have a calculator, you can use that, boys and girls. So 47 times 4, that is 188, plus 6 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54, divided by 6 times 4. In the denominator, now you will have 24. So 188, remember the plus that I said to introduce. So you could have first returned your multiplications here just for your clarity. So 47 times 4, that's 188. 6 times 9, that's 54. And then the smiley, which ended up being 24. And then this is now I'm introducing the addition for those numbers. So 188 plus 54, that should give you 242, right? So you have now, I'm going to do it here. So now you have, I'm sorry, I like multiple colors. So 242, and then you're dividing that with 24. So you could, now you have to simplify. So simplifying technique is another different video that I talked about. So you can check out that video. Or in this case, because both numbers are even, you can straight away start with using 2 table, right? And then roughly, I can clearly see that 24 goes in 242 10 times. That would give me 200 and, so there will be 10, there will be a remainder 2, and then again there will be a 24 here. But 2 and 24 can also be simplified further. So this is going to be 10. It's going to be 10, 1, 10 and 10, 1 over 12. So that's the final answer for that question. All right. So simply by looking at 242 and 24, I could see that 24 is 10, 242 is 10 times more than 24. And then I'll have a remainder 2 divided by 24. But when you do have a fraction that can be simplified further, 2 and 24, you should go further simplification. So that would end up as 1 out of 12. So your final answer is 10 1/12 fraction. So that's a mixed numeral conversion. All right. Now moving on to the next part, which is subtracting. Now you already have your fractions. So 47 divided by 6, now subtracting 9 over 4. Why didn't change? Come on. Change. All right. So as you know, we are doing our butterfly smiley here. Yeah. So 47 times 4, we have already figured that out, which is 188. Subtract 54 and divided by 24. So that's where I'm introducing my subtraction. As you can see, earlier we did addition. Everything stays the same except for that subtraction. So 188 minus 54, you would end up as 134. Sorry guys, 134 divided by, you still have your denominator, which is 24. Now let's see what we can do here. So both of them are even numbers, so you can do that. So if you don't know any of the multiplication tables on top of your head, but you at least know two table, because both of them are even number, you can do that. So 134 divided by 24, you will end up with a mixed fraction here. So we can do long division and try to solve this, yeah, or roughly it would be like 5.5, somewhere around there. So let's see, what shall I do? Okay, 24 long division, 134 here. So 24 times, so you need to get something close to what, so 24 times, let's say, can it be closer to, what number can be closer to 134? So can I choose 6? 24 times 6, that's a little bit over, I think. If you have calculators, please track my voice and try to punch in those numbers, please. So 24 times 5, that's close to 120. I think that's about, I get closest to 134. Now the remainder here, we can see it's 14. Yeah, so then how would you convert this? So you would write the whole number. You would write the whole number 5. The remainder goes there and the fraction comes here. But 14 and 24 are again even numbers. So that would be 7 out of 12. As a decimal, you would have got 5.05 or 08, something around that area. But this is the process. So whenever you are getting bigger numbers, you have to simplify it without calculator. By looking at the even numbers, you can use multiplication table 2, or you can straight away go for your long division technique, right? And you should watch out the other video where I'll go a bit in detail on how to do long division, how to convert that remainder and the divisor and the dividend into a mixed fraction, all that stuff. So let's move on. So here we are multiplying the fractions. So my fractions again are going to be 47 divided by 6 times 9 over 4. I can clearly see that I can cancel 6 and 9. So 3 times 2 and 3 times 3. There is nothing else that I can cancel, right? Now, how do I write these? So as I told you, you can do for top times top or numerator times numerator divided by this. So this is how you would set it up. Now, 47 times 3, that would be ending up as 141 divided by 8. Again, that's the improper fraction. You need to convert that into a mixed fraction. So 8 times 1 is 8. Your remainder is going to be 6. Bring the next number down, right? Now 8 times 8 is 64, so you need to go a bit down. So 8 times 7, that's 56. So you have 5 remainder. So that means this is going to end up as 17 5 over 8. Simple. So that's how you would convert this. Now coming to our division, in the earlier video I taught you something about KFC technique for dividing fractions. So my KFC stands for keep, flip, change. So keep the first fraction, which is 47. So right now we are dividing these, right? But according to the KFC, you're going to do 47 divided by 6. Keep the first, flip the second. Now change this. Again, 2 and 3, that can be simplified, right? But you would end up as 47 times 2 divided by 3 times 9. So that's how you would end up. Now, what is 47 times 2? If you have calculators, I said you can use this. So 94 divided by 3 times 9 is 27. It's again an improper fraction because the denominator is smaller than the numerator. That's how we judge. So you have 94 here. Now roughly 27, you can do 27 times 3 and see is it close to 94. So 27 times 3 is 81, yeah? And your remainder is going to be 13. So you would end up writing your final answer. I'll change the color just to avoid confusion here. So your final answer is going to be 3, remainder goes there, and 27. And in this case, 13 and 27 are not part of any multiplication table, so I cannot simplify it further. Therefore, I have to conclude it right here. So your final answer is going to be 3, 13 divided by 27. So there we go. So we started off with mixed fractions and we ended up getting mixed fractions as our answers, and that's how it should be. So you can check out this video. You can pause and listen to a couple of times and see how this is helpful. All right, guys, have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye-bye.